Howdy y'all, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well out there so far, and let's go ahead and get into today's August forecast. Crazy, it's already August. Seems like summertime wasn't too long ago. You know what that means. Back to school season is underway, y'all. First, take a look at what we could expect as we head into August. We're going to take a look at the current drought monitors. You can see really much of the country is pretty darn dry, especially over here by Virginia. I know here at the Williams Weather headquarters, we're pretty darn dry as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the GFS. Take a look all the way out into the middle of August, and then we'll take a look at the temperature anomalies and the precipitation anomalies, and that'll take us all the way out to the beginning parts of September. Now, keep in mind, anything over a week out is very uncertain, let alone a month from now, so keep that in mind, but we're still going to take a look at it anyways. Let's go ahead and get right on into it here. And as we take a look at the GFS, we know we got some severe weather going on for the next couple of days, so be aware of this if you live within these zones. There could be some tornadoes possible later tonight. It could be bringing some big old drought relief out east. As we move off into the beginning of August, we can see that really much of the western part of the country is going to be pretty darn dry. Not good for those drought conditions, but out east is going to be pretty soggy, so that's some good news. And it's looking like we could have a tropical storm as we head further and further into August. By August 6th, it's looking like we could have a big old tropical storm down here in the Gulf. Now, keep in mind, this is well over 200 hours out. Anything can change between now and then, so definitely, again, like I said earlier, could change. And this could bring some drought relief. As you can see, as we head into the middle parts of August, majority of the western part of the country is going to be getting in on some drought relief, as well as much of the eastern part of the country as this tropical storm starts to make its way inland. And as we take a look at the Euro weeklies to take a look at the precipitation anomalies, we already know that much of the eastern part of the country is going to come in on some drought relief here at the beginning parts of the month, and the western part of the country is going to still remain in some drought-like conditions. But then it's looking like as we head towards the middle and end of the month, it's looking like some drought relief is going to be in store for really much of the country. Still could be a little bit dry out west and down here by Louisiana. It's looking like as we head towards the end of the month, really pretty uncertain. As you can see, there's a lot of white on the map, not much color at all. It's because it's very uncertain, of course. And as we take a look at the monthly precipitation outlook by the Climate Prediction Center, they are showing us that much of the eastern part of the country is going to come in on well above average precipitation, while much of the western part of the country is going to be well below average. So I would expect, again, beginning parts of the month, much of the eastern part of the country is going to be coming in on well-needed rain, while the western part of the country is going to be drying out. But as we head towards the middle and end of August, I would expect some drought relief for really much of the country. You can see really much of the country is pretty darn dry. So go ahead and take a look at what kind of temperatures we could be coming in on, as we have been pretty darn hot and dry here in July. Now, first, we'll take a look at the actual temperatures, and then we'll take a look at the temperature anomalies. The temperature anomalies will show us whether or not we're going to be below or above average as far as temperatures go, and then we'll take a look at the Euro weeklies, which will show us our seasonal temperatures all the way out into the beginning parts of September. Now, we know July has been pretty hot and dry, and some parts of July was relatively cool for much of the eastern part of the country. And it's looking like as we head towards the beginning parts of August, it's looking like really much of the country is going to be feeling this major heat wave, as much of the western part of the country is going to be dealing with 100-degree temperatures. And it's looking like this major heat wave is going to last all the way into the middle parts of August, and we're going to come in on a little bit of a cool down amongst the northern part of the country as we head into August 5th. And this heat wave is still going to remain all the way out into the middle parts of August, as it's looking like we could actually come in on a cool down as we head into the 14th. As you can see, really chilly air up here by Wisconsin by the 14th at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's when majority of the kiddos will be heading back to school. I know some parts of the country, some kids go back to school a little later, but here in the Ohio Valley, our kiddos are going back here this week, actually. So fortunately, if you're a kid watching this, you're going to be back to school here soon, so that sucks for y'all. But it's looking like a cool down could be in store here at the middle parts of the month. Definitely a relief from this major heat wave that we have been dealing with here this summer, and it's been a very, very hot summer. As we take a look at the temperature anomalies, this will show us our above and below average temperatures. You know, we have been hot, of course, well above average. Really, it's going to be well above average for really much of the country, except for over here in the Ohio Valley as we head into the beginning parts of August. But don't expect that to last though, because it's looking like well above average temperatures are going to be expected out west, and it's a little bit below average is expected up here by North Dakota. About 20 degrees below average up there. Now keep in mind, below average don't mean it's going to be really cold, just means a little bit below average for this time of year. As we head into the middle parts of August, that's looking like well below average temperatures are going to be expected, which is very unseasonable. It's looking like 30 degrees below average is going to be expected. Now, this is well over 200 hours out, so keep this in mind. This might not even happen, but it's definitely something to watch, and I will be keeping an eye on this on X and Facebook, where I do daily weather forecasts, so make sure you go follow those pages if you haven't done so already. It's looking like well below average is going to be expected. Now, as we take a look at the Euro weeklies to take a look what we could expect past the middle of August, we already know that the beginning parts of August is going to be pretty hot for really much of the country, well above average, but it's looking like as we head towards the end of August, looks like well below average temperatures are going to be expected out east. Of course, it's not showing up on the Euro weeklies, but it's looking like well above average temperatures are going to be expected for really much of the country, so definitely prepare for the heat, y'all. It's looking like the Climate Prediction Center is predicting well above average temperatures for the month of August, although the middle parts of August is going to be relatively cool, so definitely going to be a shock to the system and a hint of fall for really much of the eastern half of the country. So again, prepare for the heat here in the beginning parts of August and prepare for a major cool down as we head towards the middle of August. So if you stayed this far in the video, y'all, I would like to thank y'all. And as a treat, I want to show y'all the tropics. We really didn't cover much of the tropics, although the GFS was showing a little bit of a tropical storm as we head into the beginning parts of August. As we can see here in the Atlantic, we do have a 60% chance within the next 7 days. Take a look at the wording here. Y'all can pause the video anytime you want to. See, much of the Caribbeans is under threat for this. Definitely be aware of this next 6 days. Down here in the Pacific, we do have some tropical storm activity, 90% in the next couple days and 7 days. But it's very rare, though, that the tropics are heating up out in the Pacific, because if you watched my hurricane forecast video, I did predict that the Atlantic would be heating up and the Pacific won't be seeing very much, but it's looking like the Pacific is heating up this year for some strange reason. And as we take a look at Invest 94E, we can see exactly where this is going to go. We can see that it's going to make a northwesterly turn and sort of churn out there in the Pacific. Now, if you're out here by Hawaii, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I would keep an eye on it, but I would not be too worried about it. It might just be a big old rainstorm. It might affect y'all as we head into the middle parts of August. And as we take a look at the satellite here at the Atlantic Basin, to take a look at the 60% chance out here by the Bahamas, we can see that there is some clusters of storms out here, which definitely could be very concerning as we head into the next 6 days. And as we take a look at the Euro right quick, to take a look at this 60% chance down here in the Bahamas, which is in the future, we can see that really not much is going to be happening except for some very soggy conditions out amongst the eastern half of the country. But really, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I will definitely keep an eye on it on X and Facebook, so definitely go follow those pages if you haven't done so already. And as we take a look at the Pacific, I don't want to keep y'all here too long, but as we take a look at the Pacific Basin, we can see that we definitely have our tropical activity going on out here, and really not going to impact much of anybody. Might bring some heavy rainfall and well-needed drought relief out here to much of the southwest. Might bring some heavy rainfall over here by Hawaii. So definitely something to watch, and we'll keep an eye on it. And lastly, let's go ahead and take a look at the sea surface temperatures, as it is looking like the oceans are boiling out there currently, and some good conditions for hurricane development. And that's why they issued the 60% chance out here, because there is some clusters of storms that could turn into a tropical storm here in the near term. And as we take a look at the Pacific Basin, we can see the same story really. Got some pretty warm sea surface temperatures out here, which is pretty odd because I did predict that the Pacific won't be seeing as many hurricanes as the Atlantic, but it's looking like the Pacific is heating up out there, which is pretty surprising because it's supposed to be a La Nina year, but definitely pretty interesting, y'all. So I will be keeping an eye on the tropics out there on X and Facebook, so make sure you go follow those pages so you don't miss a weather forecast. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's weather forecast. If you did, make sure you hit that like and share buttons for more folks informed about the weather. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well so you never miss an upload, because here at Always Weather, we make weather forecasting fun and informative. Also, leave me some feedback in the comment section down below, as feedback helps provide you, the viewer, better and more informative content in the future. Let me know, do y'all like the split screen better? Or do you like the actual full screen of the weather models? Let me know in the comments, because last video I did try out a different way. Just again, let me know if y'all like that or you like this current format. Any feedback helps. And to sum this video up, basically August is going to be pretty soggy out east and dry out west, and it's still going to remain hot, and it's going to sort of cool down as we head into the middle parts of August. So again, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of y'all for watching. Have a great day, y'all. Till next time, never stop forecasting.